Hi guys and welcome to Union for Gamers League of Legends guide. This day I'm going to talk about some misconceptions and errors I see some people have in League of Legends, and I think it's really important to talk about them. So the first thing is that I see that many people think that the more expensive champions are the strongest, the OP one, and let me tell you that this is wrong. They are by no means the strongest champion. They are just the newest ones and nothing more. Some of the all-time greatest champions and still today played are the cheapest ones. I'm going to give you the examples of Annie, for instance, which is played a lot. She had to be nerfed. You got Ryze, you got Sivir, you got Nasus, or even Alistar support, Jax, Janna. All these champions are really strong in the current meta still, and they always been pretty good. And if you look at it, they are one of the cheapest champions you can buy. So please don't think that the more expensive champions are the best and the strongest, because they are not. The second thing is that many people have a game and they see someone playing a champion which they carry with, they own with that champion, and then they just think that they have to have that champion and that they have to play him. This is another of the biggest misconceptions in the game. Just because someone played a champion really well, it doesn't mean you will. Maybe you won't even like to play the champion. Maybe you don't fit the play style, or the champion doesn't fit your play style. And in the end, most likely that person trained a lot with that champion to play with him that way. You won't own with him just because you buy them. You will need to train anyway, so don't think that because someone is really good with a champion that you are going to be. Try to follow the stuff that you actually enjoy to play and get good with those champions. The third thing is there is a meta and people flame me because I'm not wanting to follow it and I don't like the meta. I want to test new things out. Well, the meta ends up being an overall organization on how the game works. The meta changes all the time thanks to people trying to do new stuff and seeing that it is better than it was before. I do encourage you to try new strategies and new stuff, new builds, new ideas, but don't try to do something that is really different straight away in a ranked game and expect people to accept it. The first thing you should do actually is go normals, and even better with a pre-made team that know that you are trying to test something out and won't flame you if it doesn't work. If you see it works, try it out more times, different matchups. Perfect it, see what's wrong with it and what's good with it, and once you're 100% sure that it works, then maybe go for a ranked game and show the people that you got a new idea that works. Trying out new stuff may be a really great idea since the enemy team may not be prepared for it and you catch them off guard, but you need to know there's a risk to it, and you cannot blame people for flaming you or calling you troll if you are trying to play Syndra support, if you want to jungle with Graves. There is a reason why people mostly don't do it, and if you find a way that it works, great, but before you put it in serious games, train it and test it to the maximum you can. Then yeah, you can try it, do it for yourself in more competitive games. The fourth thing is there is a new champion, I must buy it and I must play it. Don't do that in ranked, please! I cannot count the times that I have to not play ranked after a new champion comes out. And this is true. When a new champion comes out, the first 2 or 3 days I actually avoid playing ranked. In that time what I do is, the first thing I always do, and this is true, I pick the champion. Since I have all champions and the runes I want, I end up always having the IP. I need to buy the champion when he comes out, so I buy him, and the first thing I do is a custom game against nothing, just me in the map with the new champion, just to try to understand how he works, get the skills, see what skills I most likely will level up first, the items I should buy for him, and play a little bit, like 10-15 minutes at least, so I can use the ulti a couple of times so to see how it feels. After that I am going to normals. Most likely I do it with my friends, so I'm sure I can pick him and I'll play a couple of normals, and then I decide if I want to take that champion to rankeds or if it's not worth it. Otherwise, I'm still picking Ziggs 60% of the times. So try to do that as well, and don't go rushing new champions and ranked, because believe me, it will not help your team, neither it will help you. Okay? The fifth thing is something that people don't really understand. I'm always dying and I'm feeding the enemy team. To start off, let's draw a simple line. Put feeding and dying as two separate things. Feeding is intentional. It happens when you don't care if you die on purpose, and you refuse to listen to your team even when they tell you to fall back for some strong reason. Or just maybe you want to troll or assist the enemy team because you got flamed or had a bad game. But if you at least are trying, listening to your team's advice and follow these, ask for help if you need them, and trying to play safe, you're not feeding, man. You're simply having a bad game. Don't get discouraged and don't react to ruining the other people's experience. Apologize for that. If you get a jerk in your team flaming you, just mute them. There is a lot of theoretical stuff we can learn and see on the internet, like instance my guides, but in the end the biggest result comes from hard practice. So even if you die, don't get mad at yourself and don't start doing worse. It happens, everybody has bad times, so just practice. And maybe you can hear a couple of trucks. Well, I'm sorry, I live in a city, so yeah, sorry. And the last thing I wanted to talk is, don't see your team as your enemy. Ask them for help, try to communicate, create a good climate there. Because sometimes I see people entering champion selection and they're already like, I hope I don't get trolls, I hope I don't get feeders, or I hope I don't get noobs. Someone asks for mid and he's like, hell no, I'm not giving you mid, the last guy playing mid feeded, so I'm not giving you mid again. You need to give people a chance, because someone that was in your last game most likely is not the same person playing with you again. Each game is different with new players. I have a story that didn't happen a long time ago, and that's when I learned that this tip is actually real. It was when I was playing, I went mid I guess, and someone asked for a jungle and didn't get it. He was kind of forced to pick AD carry, so he played AD carry. Nobody gave him jungle, he played. Now he played really bad, I'm honest, he sucked balls. He feeded, he lost the lane, his farm was really bad. I think it was something like 30 minutes in the game and he tells us that he is going to end Infinity Edge, and when I look at his build he had like 3 Doran blades and 1 BT, something really stupid, and he was playing really bad. The next game, Aldous in ranked, the next game he is in my champion selection and I'm like fuck, and we start already flaming each other, and yeah, you know, I'm like, yeah, if we had a ADC we would have won maybe. And what happened is he got jungle, he picked Lee Sin and he carried me, to be honest. Most of the ganks he came to mid lane, he gave me a kill or he burned the enemy flash. The same was in the other lanes. The guy played really well, and still today, to be honest, he may have been the best Lee Sin I've seen in a game myself. Not in streams, not on YouTube, but playing with someone, he may have been the best Lee Sin. And he played really bad Ezreal. So yeah, remember that everybody has bad games and each game is a different one, guys. Okay? Even if you need to take a break, take it. Now, this was some stuff that I don't think each would fit in a single guide, so I just kind of wanted to talk about it. Overall, I think it's important to also talk about this stuff, because League of Legends has a lot of psychology in it, not just technical stuff, also psychology. So I find that these things are important. I hope they helped you, and as always, you know that I will be back with another video. To end this, you know that you can subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed by clicking that subscribe button there. You're awesome if you do that, or if you already subscribe, or even if you're not, so it's your choice, of course. You can click in any of those videos which are guides, click on them and go to them. So guys, thank you for watching. Once again, my name has been Zadarkos, and this video was meant for you.